Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. Hold on. Hold on 1 minute. All right. Sorry. I was drinking and everything like that. But sorry. I like to puff up my hair like that. That's just me. So, anyways, gaming is changing right now, right? Gaming is changing right now. Some people think it's gonna. Some people think gaming is dying, or already has dead. I mean, already has been dead. You know, my opinion. Gaming died. To be honest, gaming kind of died back in the PS3 era. When I played the PS4, that shit was, I don't know. I mean, I love the PS4, I do. But like I said before, and I say this again, the PS4 will only be remembered by remakes and reboots. There's no games that, I mean, there's games, yeah, but to be honest, that's only the PS4 will be remembered for. Other games that came from other systems. I'm sorry. And there's other games, not to say there's not other games that can hold the merit of the PS4, but that's all I see the PS4. You can disagree with me, and that's fine, but don't get angry with me just because I feel this way. The way you feel is fine, because I'm not going to disagree with you. If you feel a certain way, that's fine. I'm not going to disagree with you. Like for example, I know some people are looking at Final Fantasy 16 and people are like saying that, oh, they're making the boycott or something like that, or what is it, what's it called, like um what is it, review bombing Final Fantasy 16. I just want to give one example of that, and the other example that goes to that is that, well, I mean, you got you got to see sometimes another perspective. And I know sometimes don't like to do that because they'll be like, well, that's gone, that's fucked up, this thing got this and that. But at the same time, you don't look at the previous games that came before that, or the previous content that came before that, after the company. That's what I've always done. As a gamer, I've always paid attention to the games that came before what they have. I've always done that with Square Enix because that's how much I'm a fan of their shit, guys. If you never done that, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm not saying you're not a fan, but I've always thought of that ever since I was a kid. I was like, oh, this is the type of gameplay style they have. Let's see if they will adapt from that, and everything like that. And then from right now, from what I've seen from Final Fantasy, they kept changing, and people are like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? Why are you changing something that's not broken? You got to see that perspective. And if you don't see that perspective, I don't know what to tell you. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. What I'm talking about right here with gaming. Gaming is actually changing for the better right now. We're going back to the whole thing with the PlayStation 1 era, 2 era, and if you want to call it 3 era, and with the Super Nintendo era and stuff like that. We're going back to that stuff. But people don't want to see it. And look, I'm not saying Sony might not make it. I don't think. Look, I, personally, personally for me, I'll say this right now. I don't think Sony will make it. If Sony does make it, it'll be a miracle because they're all trying right now. And to be quite honest, they're making like a portable system, which I do care for Sony to make something, but I don't know when that's coming out because they haven't really promoted or showed it all that much. And if they are, then that just shows me I've been focusing on my life mentally, physically, and spiritually. And that's not a bad thing neither. You should do that too. Because half of this shit doesn't really matter. Well, all of it doesn't really matter in an enlightenment way. But we pay attention to it because we love it. We adore it. It made us who we are today, and that's why we love the shit. I'm not saying you shouldn't love it or be engaged by it, but understand and overstand it in a higher level. But I won't talk about that. I just want you to like look at it in a different point of view, in a different opinion. And if you can't see it that way, then I don't know what to tell you as a gamer, because gaming is literally changing to the point that Yes, look, I might not be a big fan of cloud gaming. I admit that right now. I mean, I've said it before thousands of times. Right? I want to have both things, but some people even say that console gaming might not even be a thing anymore. And you know what? I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I don't blame them because, to be quite honest, Nintendo and Microsoft, they see the same thing. And Sony, PlayStation, does not want to see it. And a lot of you guys don't want to see it either. And I've been looking at this shit since, you remember when the whole thing happened with Nintendo and Xbox? That's the time I was like, oh shit. And if you ignored that or something like that, I don't know what to tell you. Because that shit right there told me this shit is changing. It is. I don't care if you disagree with me. I don't care if you do. Because if you disagree with me, that tells me right there that you don't know what's going on with gaming right now. I might not know everything because to be honest, I stood back with a lot of things that I used to love. Why? Look, personally, the reason I did it is for me to be one with myself. To be honest, and it helped me a lot as personal for me. I'm not saying you should do that or anything like that. You're different, and everybody's different around here. I'm not going to say that you should do this and all that, make you do stuff. I'm just telling you how I'm seeing through gaming right now because that's how it is right now. Gaming is moving through something that's actually pretty beautiful, but it can also move to something very, very dangerous. The whole metaverse shit, I've talked about it in another video. I don't have to talk about it here. A lot of people want to be inversed into that metaverse shit. I'll tell you this right now. That's a trap. That's a trap. Don't do that. Just be a normal, traditional gamer, man. Don't fall for the bullshit, basically. And if you don't fall for the bullshit, guess what? You don't go into that meta bullshit. I'm saying that right now. That's as far as I'm going to get because I know a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I don't care what you said." That's fine. Do what you do, and I'm not going to worry about you because I know the truth, and I'm going to protect me and my generation, future people, basically. You know, and that's not just that's just another perspective. But when it comes to true gaming, true gaming, it's something that is going to change, and it's something that has been brewing ever since Nintendo and Microsoft have been talking. Ever since the whole thing with the cloud gaming stuff too, that's been brewing too. Ever since you heard that shit, that's been brewing too. As I said before, I want people that know what's going on even say that, hey, I'm not a fan of cloud gaming, but I'm pointing this out because gaming is changing. Guys, pay attention. What the fuck's wrong with you? And I'm like, yeah, why you guys haven't been paying attention to this? I've been knowing this shit for like quite some time now. And all of you guys, and some, not all of you, but some of you people haven't realized this. And I'm like, guys, you guys thinking gaming is dying, but you guys didn't put in your head that what happens when something dies? It gets resurrected. So that means we're going through a renaissance. We're going through something that's freaking beautiful, a brand new life, a brand new something of gaming. But some people look at it as bad because they think that it's going to have that, the stuff that shoves down your throat and something. No, we're not going to go through that. We're not. We're not. Trust me, we're not. We're not. And if you don't still believe that, then look, I don't blame you, but I do feel sorry for you because you're blinded with the clouded. Well, you're blinded with that. You are. It's like you're blinded by anger, and that's to the people that want to listen and really want to grow. If you don't want to grow, you'd be out of this video a long time ago. To be honest with you, you would. But the fact that you are listening is that the point. You care. You care. You care to grow. You care at least to listen, and that's all I fucking care about. Seriously, and that's not saying against you. That's to the trolls, to the people that really don't want to spend no time or anything. You know, they don't want to learn because they want to make the same mistakes and then don't learn anything. It's the same thing with gaming. It goes with everything. Really, And right now, I'm looking at Sony, and I'm just like, Sony, are you growing? Because every time Nintendo puts out a product, it's like a hit. Why is the new Zelda game making more money than Final Fantasy 17? And no, I know most people feel like, oh, you're beating a dead horse with Final Fantasy 17, but it needs to be said. Why are we not talking about this shit? Because you don't want to talk about it. Why you don't want to talk about it? I know there's some people that might look at the new Zelda game that think it's probably crap, and that's fine. I'm not looking at you with that. I'm looking at the numbers, and I'm looking at the fact that people are just going gaga with that. But now with Final Fantasy 16, some people are like, yeah, we all. No, you're not. Look at the numbers, dude. You're not looking at the numbers. And most people be like, oh, you're an idiot because you're not looking at these numbers. And I'm like, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I sympathize with you. I do. There's games that I like that had like numbers that I'm looking at that I'm like, dude, that's fine the way it is. Why is it like this? It's because it's the video game companies. And that's what sometimes some of you guys don't understand and understand. It's these video game companies that are making too much budget of a game and they're not getting their returns. How do you think that would feel for the company? You might not care, or you might feel some type of way, but they care. Because if they don't get that shit, guess what? They don't have a company anymore. They will die. And then you will question why the fuck that happened. Because you decided to look at the bullshit and love the bullshit. And they died because of the bullshit. Come on, man. Come on. Is that too much? Is that too much to hear? Is that too much to even say? Because it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. How you gonna tell if you're an adult? How you gonna tell your kids that? You have to be smart here, man. You want to make people fucking smart here, not be fucking stupid. Come on, man. Seriously, I'm dead serious, man. I'm dead serious. We have to think around here, man. Because if we're not, then what we're doing? And I understand some people want to point out with the whole numbers with Final Fantasy 16, but the people have spoken. People have spoken. People don't care. And people literally went to Legend of Zelda, the new game, than Final Fantasy 16. What does that tell you? People are going to buy the new Super Mario RPG more than Final Fantasy 16. And don't say that they're not. Yes, yes, there is, and I know it is because it's right there. For crying out loud, that new was it? What is it? That new clock game? What is it? Clock Tower or some shit like that, which I've been dying to play forever. But the PS1 game is expensive as fuck. Every time I looked online, I don't know how it is now, but the last time I saw it from it, it was pretty expensive. That's getting a remake, which some people might be like, but that's why I'm keep saying, guys, like all the stuff that people care about is the retro shit. And people are not buying the new shit because no one doesn't care anymore. No one doesn't care. I've been saying this forever. And you guys, and some of you guys haven't listened. And I'm talking to some of my subscribers. Maybe some of you subscribers might feel this way. And look, if you do, that's fine. But at the same time, you gotta see that this shit is done. This shit is over. What you think, what game it is, it's done. And I've already said that a long time ago. And that's fine. That's fine. I'll go far with gaming than I have to. And if I don't have to go far the way it goes in the future, then that's fine. I stick with the old shit. And if the old shit starts dying out, then I'll probably stop being a gamer, stop playing games. I might be upset about it. I might be stop about it, but I'm an adult. I can go through it. I have the memories. I think I'm good. You know? You know? But some people don't want to feel that way. Some people don't want to accept that. I don't know how you feel about that. But for me, as an adult, as a 30-year-old adult, I'm just like, that's mine. I'd rather keep the memories because the memories are more cherished and you can think about it more than just looking at the new stuff and being like, what the hell is this? And some stuff all out there all selling. It's just that it's up to the point that it's up to the point that people are buying the stuff that they want to buy and people are not buying the stuff they don't care for. It doesn't matter if you like some certain games, but some like the reason I point out Final Fantasy 16 is because it is a good example. I couldn't even point out Final Fantasy 15. But for crying out loud, 15, like I don't know what people want with 16, to be quite honest with you. Because 16, like it literally a week later it made 3 million, while Final Fantasy 15, when the first day it came out, it made 5 million. And then it took a week for 16, Final Fantasy 16, to make 3 million. That's not good. And people don't want to admit that or accept that or even see that because they want to do other things. And I'm just like, guys, that right there even tells you gaming is changing because no one doesn't care for that shit. No one doesn't care for that. People want other shit. People want something raw and refreshing and traditional and beautiful. Something that yes they haven't seen, but something that and some people think that it's just always the same shit. No, it's not. You might think it's the same shit, but they just adapted it. That's it. But you don't think it's adapting. You think it's going back. No, it's not. Whoever told you that? Who told you that? No, seriously, who told you that? I don't know what to tell you with that shit. That's just me. That's just me. You can disagree with me all you want, but you can't deny the fact that the gaming is changing. And a lot of people out here are saying that, oh, gaming is changing for the worse. It's been bad for a while. What the fuck you talking about? It's been bad for a long, long time. Ever since the PS4 came out, it's been fucked up. Don't deny me. Don't be like, oh no, that's bullshit. No, it has. I've been noticing this. If you haven't, that's fine. But I'm telling you what I notice. Again, you could disagree. That's fine. But there's plenty of people out here that have noticed, telling you, and you are ignoring them. But guess what? These high developers like Nintendo and Microsoft, they know it. And they're changing their shit. Sony does not want to pay attention to that shit. Because they still think it's the thing is Sony does not want competition. And we need competition. We do. Nintendo and Microsoft understand and understand that. We need competition to survive. There wasn't no competition during the PS4 era. What the fuck was going on around there? There wasn't no competition when we got the Wii U. There was no competition when we got the another Xbox. The Xbox had to change after that. Remember that? Remember that? I'm not even. I don't even own an Xbox, but I remember everything that happened with that shit. I'm like, damn, Microsoft is going through hell right here. I felt sorry for them. I wasn't like, haha. No, I was like, damn, because I felt sorry for them. I'm like, that shouldn't be. It shouldn't be that way. Because I want gaming to be better, man. I want gaming to be something that's fucking beautiful and everyone can be a part of. But everyone wants to fucking destroy it. Just because, oh, that changed. I'm like, it has to change. It has to evolve. It's almost like looking at Final Fantasy again, Final Fantasy. But you know what? I start with Final Fantasy because I talked about it too much, and I think I should stop right now because I know some people will click out for that. I'll stop right now with that. But the reason I bring it out is again, it's a good example. But I'll stop right now. But the thing is, gaming is changing to the point that is changing to the point that some people might not like it or don't want to admit it, but it's changing to the point that sometimes I feel like I don't even know why. Mainly because they could fuck this up. They could fuck this up dramatically. They could. They could. And I'm not saying they can't do it successfully because they're already showing that they can do it really good. They have showed it. It's just people don't want to point it out. And I've seen it good. And I'm like, oh, okay. You're making me kind of a fan of cloud gaming around here. What the hell? You see? I even told you I wasn't a big fan of cloud gaming. But there's stuff around here that I was like, oh, okay. I see what you're doing. You actually care about the fucking product. You have to fucking care what you're fucking doing. And the fact that I said that is crazy. Me giving a positive fucking fact with cloud gaming. Wow. My literally my heart kind of melt me saying that because I couldn't believe because some of the shit that I'm seeing, I'm all like, damn, I can't because I can't deny it. Why am I gonna deny it, man? I'm not. Why would I deny it? Look, I'm 30 years old, and I guarantee you, if you were like a little kid and you were seeing this shit, you wouldn't give a fuck. You would be like, oh shit, that's cool, awesome. You wouldn't give a fuck. You wouldn't, cause why would you? You're a kid. It's true. Why would you? Did you give a fuck when you were a kid? No, you just played these games. You just played any game that interests you. That's why we looked at the covers when we were younger. And we looked at the back of it. If the cover didn't really, did something. But if the back said something that spoke to us, we got the game. I miss those days. I miss those times. You might call me an old fart. You might call me an old fart. But that's because, well, I just grew up with a lot of shit that was really good. I was born in 93, so you can just imagine how many stuff I've seen with gaming. I probably didn't play a lot of shit. I'm probably not the true hardcore gamer that some people might think. But in my heart, in my soul, I look at gaming and I'm just like, wow. Like there's so many stuff I can learn, there's so many stuff that we can evolve with. And that's something that we need to do. Learn from the past and evolve. If we can't do that, then gaming is just never going to be what we want it to be for those hardcore gamers. And then, you know what we do? We step out. And when we step out, you have other people that are trying to save it and be like, oh, why is this dying? It's because people don't care anymore. And they're stepping out. And then you're going to blame those people. You shouldn't. Why are you blaming those people? We're getting products down that we don't care about. So why should we buy them? You're going to blame me because I'm not buying Final Fantasy 16 or PlayStation 5? I don't care for the PlayStation 5. I don't care for Final Fantasy 16. Why do you expect me to fucking buy it? I don't care. But it's funny that so many people get offended of that. And to me, when you get offended of that, it sounds like you cared more about it than I do. You shouldn't. You shouldn't give a fuck at all. You should have been like, okay, I can see that. You know? But no, so many people around here want to be like, or look at it and be like, fuck you. And I'm like, then that's just fine. Because I do see your perspective when it comes to be like, oh, why is this happening to this and that? But you can't see my perspective. It's fucked up. It is. It's fucked up. And that's why gaming is changing the way it is. And there's a lot of bullshit people around here that are going to fucking cry like a little bitch when it does. I'm telling you. I already said this before. There's a lot of bitch ass people around here that are going to fucking show their true colors when all of this shit finally goes down. Not to the planet, but to gaming. And I don't talk about the planet shit because they're not even prepared for that shit. They're not. I'm saying that right now. All right. Seriously, some people out here have been prepared since 2012. Some people are not, and that's majority of the planet. So take that for what it is. So I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and pay attention to gaming. Pay attention to a lot of things that are happening in gaming right now because things are moving the way that it should be. Like I said before, we need to go through the bullshit to get through the good shit. Right now, we're seeing a lot of pretty good stuff right now. A lot of people are waking up. A lot of people are looking at certain games and be like, yeah, you know what? It's not as good as we thought it is, or it's not as good as people hyped it up to be. And I think this company is going to die off or be sold by something else because this company's done. And I think this other company that's making these other products are just done as well. And I'm looking at it too, and I'm just like, it could happen. It could happen. And to be quite honest, so far, it has happened. To kind of allow Microsoft just bought Activision. Call of Duty is going to Xbox permanently. Congratulations to them, to be quite honest. I mean, I say that because I don't give a fuck about Call of Duty. You can keep it, to be quite honest with you. I mean, look, I'm not saying that. Look, I'm not saying that if someone's playing Call of Duty and they want me to play it, I play with them. I'm not good at it, but hey, I play with them. You know, but overall, not a huge fan. You know, I'm not a huge fan. We all I remember back in the old days, back in like around 2010, 2011, I talked about Call of Duty and people used to that used to be memed at. That used to be scoffed at. Oh, Call of Duty. You know? You know? Now everyone just fucking is like, oh my god, Call of Duty. Yeah. I'm like, I thought you guys didn't give a fuck about it. Now all you guys just miss it because it goes to Xbox? The fuck's wrong with you people? The fuck's wrong with you? Oh man. I don't know. That's just me. I'll see you guys later.